So yesterday we had gone through many of the concepts about the vascular tissues. Vascular tissues are also known as the fluid connective tissues or the transporting tissues because they transport the food and different type of the chemicals from one part of the body to the other part of the body, whether they are enzymes or they are hormones, they are food, they are oxygen, whatever they carry, they are all important parts. We have divided the vascular tissues into two parts. First is called the blood, and the other part is called the lymph. The blood, I have already given a brief uh, detail about this blood yesterday, but I am making you recapture today. 8 to 10% of total volume in our body, which is actual man, 4.5 liter or 4.1 by 4 liter, quarter to 4 liter, or this is red in color. Plasma is also seen in it. It's a basic substrate like the different type of the bases are the plasma in which the bloods are found. Bloods have been divided into three categories: RBC, WBC, and the blood platelets. RBCs are known the erythrocytes. WBCs are called the leukocytes, and the blood platelets are known as the thrombocytes. These all we had gone through important things. I did not watch it today because just it would be easy for you to recapture. Now, the functions of this blood. What are, as you know, you have heard a lot about the blood. The blood transport and distribute the digestive food or food, oxygens, and the hormones to the various tissues of the body. This is the blood who circulates all over the body, which moves from one part of the another part of the body, like the transport system of railways. The blood work the same, and it removes the excretory waste also, the carbon dioxide from the different tissues when they take oxygen and give up the carbon dioxide. It removes it and it takes it to the lungs, and from lungs it CO2 goes out in the atmosphere. And WBCs protect our body from the microbial infections and they provide the immunity against the various diseases. And the blood platelets help in the blood clotting. Blood platelets, which are the thrombocytes. At thromba means the network, means एक गोला बन गया. Thromba, that is a kind of a small ball made up of the different type of the networks of platelets. They are called the thrombocytes. All these type of the single cell layer are called thrombocytes. These are blood platelets. And now today we will start with the lymph. Okay, we will start with the lymph. Lymph is a colorless, filtered blood and without any blood cells. This is colorless. Lymph is always colorless. In human being, the blood is always red, and lymph is colorless. It is found in all the body organs of the human being. That is the lymph. Lymph is act as a middleman for the exchange of the substances between the blood and the various body tissues. If this is the blood and this is the body tissue, it will exchange everything between the blood and the various body tissues. It means if the body tissues is having any nitrogenous waste, then it is removed with the help of the lymph and it goes to the blood. And blood takes it to the different part of the body. It means lymph should be very much strong because they will easily carry out all these type of the impurities from the different tissues and to this part. And like this, the blood and the lymph can be divided into two categories and can be answered as the distinguish or the differentiate. Like these type of questions can be answered easily when we know both detail about the blood and the lymph. As blood find in the human body, it is red in color. We can say if you differentiate, this is red in color and the lymph is normally colorless. RBCs are present. RBCs, red blood cells, are present. Here, no RBC. No RBCs are found. contains more fibrinogen, because we have seen the thrombocytes are here. These thrombocytes needs fibers to stay at a particular place. So no contains more fibrinogen in it, contains, it is having more fibrinogens, more fibers, more fibrinogen and less fibrinogen. Fibrinogen. Now, it contains more quantity of the digestive food and the waste, RBCs, always have more quantity. It will have less quantity. Why it will have less quantity? Because it is not keeping anything between the cell and the blood. It either it will take it from the higher concentration or from the higher concentration here. In between these two, if anything comes in it, whether it will give it to the cell or it will give it to the blood, it will not keep it within itself. It works like a bank. Suppose we want to, if we deposit some amount of money in the bank, at that time bank do not keep that money. That gives it to the in the form of the loans to different companies. And but few amount of the money is always there. So when you want or demand some money in cash, at that time they give it to you. But sooner or later, if this cash finishes up, if the more cash transactions or the cash uh, withdrawals are more, at that time the money finishes and they make a call, bank manager make a call to the place where the money is has been kept, RBI's any branch, and then the money comes to that particular bank to fulfill the requirement of the persons. Like this lymph also act an exchange medium between the cell and the blood vessels. So it do not keep anything within itself, but the blood keeps. So we get different type of the food material with the help of the blood. But this thing lymph never does. So if lymph never do these type of the things, it means it is only act as a medium. Now after the vascular tissues, there are few more important tissues in the body which are equally important as the blood and the other tissues we have studied a day before or yesterday or today. So what is that? That is too very important, because you have seen many times the bodybuilders, they are making a body, but when the bodybuilders make up their body or they shape up their bodies, at that time they do not shape their blood, they do not shape their lymph, but what they shape their muscles. So as beautiful as muscles are, people think that the person is more powerful. Of course, you can think correctly that definitely they may be more powerful, because by gaining that much muscles, he would have to lift a lot of heavy weights. So if he can lift up a lot of heavy weights, why cannot he lift up your body? It means the person who is lifting that much high power body weights is definitely having more parts than any other common person. So at that particular time, he focuses on a particular point which is very much important for the human being, and that is called muscular tissues. So we will study here today about the muscular tissues. And Muscular muscular tissues. What are those muscular tissues? So muscular tissues, contractile, these are contractile tissues because muscles contract. If these contract, it means it is a kind of contractile tissues. And because of its cell are the highly specialized of the for the contraction, it is associated with the movement of the body part and the locomotion of the individual. So if the body part will move like this, so a person can locomote. He can move like this. So it is possible for this person to move. All these things has been carried out by the muscular tissues. It also forms the flesh of the body, and causes the opening and closing of the apparatus. Different type of the apertures in the body, like the anus cells, closing of eyes, blinking of eyes, and nasal passages. We can close the nasal passages, and all these things have been done by the muscular tissues. So, characteristic of these muscular tissues. What are the main characteristics? Characteristics about this muscular tissues. The cells of the muscular tissues are long and fiber-like. All the cells are always long, and they looks like a fiber. Of course, it could be. If it will not look like a fiber, then how it is possible to let it contract easily? Elasticity cannot come because without of this. They are called the muscle fiber. All this looks like a fiber, so the muscular tissues are called the muscle fiber. Musclefibers. So they are called muscle fibers. Now, if these are the muscle fibers, the cytoplasm of the muscle cells or the muscle fibers is called the sarcoplasm. If this is a muscle fiber, it would contain the cell body. If this is a cell body, we have seen the cytoplasm, cytoplasm. We have studied about the cell sap or the cytoplasm, but in the muscle, this cytoplasm is now called the sarcoplasm. Sarcoplasm. This is called the sarcoplasm. Okay, so the cell sap of the muscle fiber are called sarcoplasm. The name is important. Or the cytoplasm or the sarcoplasm of each muscle fiber has two types of the contractile properties. They are, sarcoplasm is having two main properties, actin and myosin, ACTIN and myosin. Actin converts in myosin and myosin converts in actin. They interchanges their positions. Actin and myosin, they are the two important proteins of the muscles. So actin convert in myosin and myosin convert. In the terms to form the fibers, all like this, the muscle fibers which are having not cytoplasm but termed as a sarcoplasm, now they are having special protein, actin and the myosin. So as sin are there, both the places, so we can term it the myofibrils because they are from the myosin. So muscle fibers they are also called myofibrils, MAYO, fibrils, FIBRILS. They are also called the myofibrils because they are muscle fibers. The contraction and the relaxation in the muscle cells is due to the presence of the contractile protein fibers. When these contract muscles, our muscle contract, these contract only because of these contractile muscle fibers, or they are contractile proteins. The contraction relation, these are the contractile protein fibers, that is the actin and myosin. Because of this, they contract. The number of the muscle fibers are bonded together into the muscle bundle. All these muscle fibers, when they are united together, they form a bundle called muscle bundle. This is MUSCLEBUNDLE. This is called the muscle bundle. This is very important that this is going to form. They do not divide or increase in size. It is never possible to increase. We cannot increase their size, but we can increase its numbers by taking good food or many things, which is very good. Type of the muscle tissues. How many types of the muscle tissues are there? The muscular tissues form the three types of the muscles. Now, striped muscles means they are having stripped. Unstriped muscles, they do not have stripped. Cardiac muscles, which are found in the heart, they are called the cardiac muscles. So three types of the muscles they are forming. One is stripped, STRIPED, striped. Second is unstriped, and third is cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles in the heart. Now, stratified or the striped first muscle is called the striped muscle. What is this striped muscles? Striated muscles or the striped muscles have alternate bands of the dark and the light colors. It means will have, this is the dark band, light band, dark band, light band, dark band, light band. All these type of the different bands are found. They are called striated muscles, also striated muscles. They are also called the voluntary muscles. It means when I will decide to raise my hand, it is under my control. So this is voluntary. This is not in my control. That is called involuntary, like the heart muscles or the lungs muscles. So they are not in my control. So they are involuntary muscles. But they are in our control. So they are called the voluntary muscles. Now, they are also called the voluntary muscles. They are also known as the skeletal muscles. In the skeleton means the bone case of the human brain is called the skeleton muscles. The different type of the skeletal muscles have been seen, like the because their muscle bundles are attached to the bones and responsible for their movement. So bones will automatic. I cannot move my bone, but it is muscle who is letting me the permission to move my bones. So the muscles are responsible. These are the striated muscles or the striated muscles who are responsible for the skeletal muscles or the muscles of our skeleton because they are fixed with the skeleton. Striated muscles form nearly 50% of the entire body weight. It is the 50% of body weight. Total body weight, these striated muscles are formed. Now, what are the locations? Everywhere in the limbs, face, neck, everywhere we can be controlled of the which are voluntary controls. Everywhere you can find it out. So you mentioned the different voluntary organs of the human body, and everywhere the muscles you can write it down. Functions. The striated muscles are associated with the voluntary movement of the body and the body parts. So they are responsible for the locomotion. So they are responsible for locomotion, moving from one place to another place. They are responsible for the locomotion. They contract rapidly and soon they get fatigue. As they move, as I do exercise regularly by my hand, after some time I will be tired. If I will be tired, it means the different type of the proteins or the chemicals are formed within it. Means actin converts to the myosin convert here. 50% of the total body weight they are making up. What are their functions? I have told you that the striated muscles are associated with the voluntary movement of the body and they contract rapidly, and this only because of these striated muscles. Secondly, the unstriated muscles. और तुमने उसको so I have to remove this. Now this is okay. Now, the second thing is unstratified muscles or unstratified muscles. Unstratified muscles are the non-stratified muscles. They are also called as the smooth muscles of the unstratified because they are smooth of its structure. So they are associated with this one. They are called, as these are not that much smooth. Dark and light bands are everywhere, but these are smooth. SMOOTS. These are smooth muscles. Unstratified muscles are smooth in nature. So they are unstratified muscles and smooth in nature. They are also found in the involuntary actions. These are voluntary actions which we were able to contact our limbs ourselves. So these are found in the voluntary muscles. But in involuntary muscles, they are unstratified muscles. As un is there, so involuntary muscles means those muscles which are not under our control. So they are the involuntary muscles. Is basically found over there. Location, where is its location? These muscles are found in the walls of the hollow and the tubular organs, such as the alimentary canal, urinary bladder, blood vessels, and different glands. And these muscles are also called the visceral muscles because they are found in the viscera, that is in the internal organs of the body cavity, the body organs such as the alimentary canal and the blood vessels. So these are they. And what are the structure of these unstratified muscles? And we have seen the non-stratified muscles fibers are spindle shape with the pointed end. What is this spindle shape? This is looking like this. Pointed end. If this is a muscle fiber, nucleus should also. So the both the end is pointed here. They are looking like these type of the lamellae. They are looking like. So what are their functions? Their functions are very much specific. The non-striated or the smooth muscles produce the peristaltic contraction, peristaltic movement. This is the important part. They do peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement. What is this peristaltic movement? The squeezing, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, contraction, relaxation, or it is called the these type of the movement is called this peristaltic movement. Just a minute. So these are the peristaltic movement, means the contractions and relaxations are seen basically through it. Now the functions of the peristaltic movement and the sphincters, where the contraction of those inside our body, sphincter muscles are found in the anus and the different part of the body. At that time, this is called as the contraction and relaxation. This is the sphincter muscles are this. Now, the unstated and the non-stated muscles are also, basically these parts can be divided into the many other organs, where the muscle tissues can be divided into the many parts, which are as much as important as we cannot divide the different part according to the nature of the different peristaltic movement persons. In these muscles, the unstated muscles, now the third part which are seen, the cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles, as the name is clear, this is found in the heart of the human being. So these cardiac muscles have the different nature from these striped and unstriped muscles. The cardiac muscles can be have the different functions, different meanings, and different type of the other values, which can be divided in according to the nature of the human beings. Means all these type of the cardiac muscles are basically, we have seen that the location of the cardiac muscles are found in the wall of the heart. Means in the heart, these cardiac muscles are found in the human being. What is its structure? The cardiac muscle fibers are the branched and form the interconnecting networks. Their fibers are always branched like this. And if they are branched, it means it will form a kind of network everywhere. So to make it much more stronger, the network is always important. So the cardiac muscles is the fibers are the uninucleate and nucleus is centrally located. All the muscles fibers are uninucleate, means only one nucleus is there. It means it cannot divide itself. So, and these uninucleate muscles are these. And the myofilament are connected together to the dark junctions called at the intercalated discs. Always these myofilaments, they are connected together by the dark junctions called the intercalated disc. It means when this is it and this is it, these both are touching each other. Here, if it is touching, there the dark plate-like structures have seen. These dark plate-like structures are called intercalated disc. I-N-T-E-R, intercalated disc. D-I-S. These are called the intercalated disc. When these fibers are there, they join together, they form it. The cardiac muscles are stated yet involuntary muscles. They are stated muscles, but therefore it is involuntary muscles like the unstacked muscles. Stacked muscles were voluntary muscles. We can control that. Unstacked muscles were having the involuntary actions. But similarly, the cardiac muscles are also having the nature of the involuntary muscles. What are the functions? The pulsating movement of the heart chamber means heart chamber will love dub sound has been originated. That love dub sound of the is called the pulsating sound that comes because of the these cardiac muscles. So, like this cardiac muscles is very much important for all of us to understand how important and how powerful these muscles should be. It means these are the muscles not according to the requirement of the other systems. Now, the third important muscles are in our life, and those muscles are called as the nervous tissues. And this is the final part what I am going to teach you here. And after this, the tissue chapter will be finished. So, and last and the final tissue is the nervous tissues. And I know you are very much familiar of the nervous tissues because in last year you also when I was teaching a eighth class student, and that time I saw the nervous tissues chapter was there, and that time you were a small child, and it was difficult for you to understand the basic principles of those nerve tissues. And this time it would be easy for you to understand it clearly. And what is this? This is it, the nervous tissue. Nervous. Nervous. Nervous tissues. TISSUES. This is nervous tissues. What are these nervous tissues? As you have seen earlier, the structure of these nervous tissues are like this. This is very interesting diagram. So it is easy to make it out or design it. No need to be worried about its design. This is the nucleus. Is every if it is a cell, a nucleus is there, and it is a small part, and dendroids or dendrons goes over there. Here we can make the muscles on stride muscle fibers. So dark and light spots, dark and light spot, dark and light spots are formed. It is covered in the myelin sheath. Here are the nodes are formed, which are called the nodes of Ranvier. This is the myelin sheath, myeloma, nodes of Ranvier, and ODS, nodes of Ranvier. This is myelin sheath, MYLIN, myelin sheath. This is cytosol, the cell body. This is nucleus. These are dendrites. This is a muscle part, and now you have seen its structure over here, and these structures are the different type of the granules are found in it. The granules which are there in whole cytosol, these are called, its special name has been given, and that is called the nasal granule, NEISEL, nasal granule, NEISEL granules. These are nasal granules are formed in it. Myelin sheath I have made. The junctions of the myelin sheath is the nodes of Ranvier. I have given according to the name of the scientist of it who has discovered this. This is the nervous cell which is having its different form of the structures, and you can understand and feel its all the different meanings according to the requirement of you. Now, the nervous tissue control the integration and activities of the various part of our body. Means if I am turning my fingers, it means all these activities are being made according to my senses, and those sensations are being carried out by these muscles, which is these tissues, which is called the nervous tissues. And integration. Integration. Integration is a chapter of mathematics. It is having the two main work. Conduction means it will conduct. Integration means it will integrate with the different organs or different impulses or different sense organs or different commands. It's a better word to use the command word because it will integrate with the different commands. So the conduction will be there. This is only conduction will be made by this part because they will conduct the electrical nerve impulses from one part of the body to another part in the form of the motor nerves, sensory nerves, or the mixed nerves conduction will take place. Integration means it will integrate the nerve impulses from the one part of the body to another part of the body. Suppose the sensation will from the fingers to the head, the brain or the backbone will be the integration. It will integrate and conduct. It will integrate. So these are the main two parts of the nervous system, that is integration and conduction. मेरे छोटे मोबाइल को मैं लॉगिन करके देखो, खोलो YouTube सफेद वाले मोबाइल पे और देखो उसमें आ रहा कि नहीं आ रहा. And these things are here. Now, the nervous tissue is formed of the nerve cells or the neurons and the nerve fiber. This is the neuron. This is neuron, and this is the nerve fiber. Nerve fiber. So the two parts of these nerve cells have been seen. Upper part, this is called the neurons, and from here it is called as the nerve fiber. Like this, a total nerve is formed, which is helpful in the conduction and integration of the different parts of the body. Now the neurons of the nerve cell. What is the main function of this neuron? Okay. This is the neuron. What the main part or the main function? What is the main part and the main functions of these are the neurons. First main function. The neurons are the longest cell in the body. These neurons are the longest cell. Neurons are the longest cell of the body. Neurons, they are the longest cell in the human body. Got it? Second part is they perceive the stimulus. Means they receive the stimulus. If heat is heat I am feeling in front of my finger, stimulus. PERCIEV, perceive stimulus. किस फॉर्म में परसीव करेगा? इन विच फॉर्म? नर्व इंपल्सेस के फॉर्म में. नर्व इंपल्सेस. This perceive stimulus in the form of nerve impulses. Got it? आईफोन को निकाल लो उससे चार्जिंग से और उसको बिस्तर को इधर खिसका दो और दूसरे फोन भी हटा देना. Now this is called the nerve impulses. They conduct the nerve impulses from sense organs to the brain and from the brain to the body nerve organs. It means if this is a human brain and this is a finger, from these fingers sense organ to the brain and from brain to the sense organs. This is the main work they perform in our body or in everyone's body of the animal. A neuron has the following part: cytons. Now this whole part which I have written earlier, the neuron. Now it will be easier for you to understand that both this part is called as the neurons, upper part and lower part. But the upper part, which is this, before this junction, this is termed as the cyton. Whole part I have written here. This is called the cyton and the neurites. And the second part, which is this, is called the neurites. Neurites. This lower part is called the neurites, where the dorsal ganglion and the myelin sheath have been seen many times. And these myelin sheaths are also known as the medullary sheath. You will study in the form of myelin sheath as the medullary sheath. Medullary sheath, SHEATH. And the medulla oblongata, you have heard about the brain's backmost part, but here this sheath in myelin sheath or the medullary sheath, you can also give it a term like this. Now, cyton of the cell body is the star-shaped cytoplasm, is called the neuroplasm. In the cytoplasm or the cyton, and this is the star-shaped, star-looking shape, it is also called the neuroplasm, and NURO, neuro, PLASM, plasma. And many times we have seen the cytoplasm of the cells have a different name according to the body part which we see. And here the cyton is having the neuroplasm